Previously on Dances with Dice, when last we left our heroes, Finian, the halfling artificer, Felix, the human bard, and Theo, the satyr fighter. They have gathered themselves as best they can, and leaving from their castle stronghold, our heroes finally make their move towards Taelinin Fortress. With dangerous draconic influence about, and an unknown future in front of them, what awaits our heroes this week on Dances with Dice.
All right. You guys find yourself kind of standing in the foyer of the castle. Marcellus has just given you the teleportation scroll that will take you to Taelinin Fortress and a safe house. You'll have two days to kind of tackle this. I believe you guys were kind of discussing it amongst yourselves, but we can, I guess, confirm that now. Were you looking to just head straight for Worm Speaker Fortress, or are you going to try to speak to Professor Myers first? Because they are both technically, both of those are technically in Taelinin Fortress, so you could two birds with one stone.
I mean, we have to. Let's just Myers, I guess, because I thought Myers was in the place that like before.
No. Myers is still at the college, which is in Taelinin Fortress.
What's the other place that we need to take like the boat to?
Worm Speaker Fortress, and the boat leaves from Taelinin Fortress. So both of your.
So we got to go to Taelinin Fortress anyway, and
yeah,
then
you're going there one way or the other.
Okay,
it's
that's
about
what I thought.
order.
I was like,
it's what order you're tackling things in.
Okay, I thought it was Worm Speaker or.
Yes,
that's where I thought it was. It was like
you're going to you're going to Taelinin Fortress. Hey, Taliesin.
Anyway, so we got to go there anyway. So yeah, we're gonna go talk to this.
I would give it up to Finian to decide, since this is a person of his past. This is his friend, and how ready is he to face this person? If it was a case of am I ready? But it seems like he has a good relationship with this person.
No, it's more of just like he's still trying to wrap his head around that like what the like. Wait, he's got what in him? Like
Professor Myers, during class, I think there were a few things you failed to let us know about. I'll be real with you, Professor. Like, that sounds pretty fucking important. Also, did you know the world is fucked up out there, dude? Let me tell you. Holy fuck, I've seen shit, Professor Myers.
All right.
You did not tell me about that.
So we are gonna say then, for the sake of brevity, you head to you guys say your goodbyes. Brannith is choosing to stay at the fortress. You are also
leave my offerings for Bean.
You are also given some sending stones. So these are you're given sending stones as well, so you can communicate to each other, as well as you are all given what are called rings of return. And they basically function the same way that the scroll that was given to you guys for dinner function is. It's kind of like you have an oh shit button to get away.
Leave it. To get away to where?
Back to Lord Marcellus's and Bean's fortress.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. They are rings of return.
Work once.
No, they work once. They work once daily, and they reset upon the dawn. Unfortunately, because they were just constructed today, they will not function until tomorrow. So you cannot use them today.
So I'm assuming we're leaving Vonnie and Brenneth with them.
You can, if you would like.
Oh.
Vonnie has offered to stay. Vonnie is choosing to stay. Branneth is undecided. He's like sort of tempted. He does kind of want to come with you guys, but at the same time, like he's still dealing with a lot of stuff, so he's sort of unsure at the moment.
He's a little unsafe also. Like, he turned into a dragon, and I feel like that other dragon's gonna come looking for him.
Plausible. He's willing to kind of just follow your guys' lead. So if you think it's better for him to stay, he will stay. If you think it's better for him to come with, he will come with.
Whatever you guys want to do. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, you were asking us? I thought you were asking the NPCs.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, but yeah, I
What do
think they
you
were asking.
guys want to do? Do you guys want to bring Brenneth with us? Or do you want Brenneth to stay
think
here?
we should try to manage as few NPCs with us as possible.
I don't, with everything. I don't think he should be, he doesn't need any more trauma.
Brandon is just kind of sitting there absentmindedly strumming his lute. Huh?
What?
You're good, baby.
Just goes back to strumming.
Like what?
Okay.
Keep playing your scales, sweetheart.
Okay. Gross. It's not gross. They're scales. Gross.
That's my teenage son. I meant scales on the lute.
No, I know. I was quoting Bob's Burgers.
Oh.
Bob's
Vonnie's
Burgers scene where it's like, what was that? It was scales. It's gross. It's not gross. It's scales. Gross.
Vonnie kind of looks at you guys like,
I will do my best to hopefully have uncovered more about the dark past we find ourselves living in our future.
Yes. Wait, no, that's not the right accent.
I'm cultured.
Yes.
I'm Cockney. I'm uncultured.
shout out to No Whacking for giving us the police girl and then immediately transitioning into being a male. Fucking king shit.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna put the little video in the cast chat for whenever you feel like it.
Gives like I just again huge shout out to No Whacking. Gives some of the greatest like female-led abridged performances of all time, and then immediately is like, okay, done with that. Transitions to being a male, and then proceeds to continue being just a bomb-ass voice actor. I love them. Oh, all right. So yeah, the NPCs will stay behind. You guys can reconnect with them and see what they may or may not have discovered in your time away. So, with all of that said, they will do their best not to die. You guys should also try to do your best not to die. With all of that said, you guys activate the teleportation scroll. You are... you land in the basement of a house. It's a little dusty. It's like you're in something of a root cellar. So like there's jars of like, canned foods and things like that. Some dried roots, tubers, things like you're in the pantry basically. You kind of walk upstairs. You find yourself in like a fairly modest little house, like 2-story, 2-bedroom little place. There's a variety of, if you guys, for example, didn't have like any basic adventuring supplies, there's several like adventuring packs, there's lengths of rope, there's there's like sets, there's enough for like, basically there's like small care packages basically where like if you didn't have any rations, there's like a couple of rations that are sort of sitting around. So like it's very much like when they say safe, no, it's a safe house. It's when they say safe house, it's a safe house. It's designed, it's like, okay, you're in, take what you need, get out.
All I could think of was that stupid fucking TikTok audio, the Joe Biden. Where the fuck am I?
Where the fuck, Joe Biden?
Where the fuck am I?
Hold on.
Who are you? I am from ancient Greece.
What the fuck up?
So you guys gather yourself up within the fortress, within the safe house. You step out onto the street. Taelinin Fortress is modernity to everything that Marishane is celebration of the old world. Because
elevators.
Well, because Taelinin Fortress was it's the only city on Odos that was not constructed from the ruins of like an old fortress or, you know, a town that existed during or before the Dragon Wars. It's you know, paved cobblestone streets everywhere, modern sidewalks. So like very much more of a much more like forward facing, it stands kind of like almost like an early industrialized sort of city. As you guys kind of look around, it's scorched a little bit. There was obviously some sort of draconic attack here. You can see guards running hither to and fro, kind of like responding to things. There's a smell of sulfur in the air that is not there normally. And you can see, like, as you start walking around the city a bit, like up the hill towards where the actual like fortress part of Taelinin Fortress gets its name, much more scorched, much more attacked. Several of the walls have like chunks taken out of them. There's a couple of like missing cannons and ballista off the walls, and you can just make out, like, rising above like the edge of one of the walls, you can just make out what looks like a decaying wing. Like there's a dead body within the walls of the fortress. Finian, you are right at home. This is where, I mean, Finian, like this is your college town. You're just here. It's like, oh shit, we're on Berkshire Street, and just over there was my favorite bar. Oh, it burned down. That's so unfortunate. Like Finn's
over there's the Delta Kappa Pie House.
Those guys were assholes. It's also burned down. Don't feel that bad about that one.
They had it coming.
On my favorite pub, it's not burned down. Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, Finn, you're just doing a quick little check mark. It's just like, okay, most of the places I liked didn't burn. Let's go. That's a W.
Yeah.
Why is everything burning down here? Like,
well, no, again,
they had a dragon attack too.
Yeah,
okay.
Every like, and I guess so. I guess as for the sake of knowledge, because you were given this before you left, there was a draconic attack in every major city across the world. So it was very. So this was clearly an organized, tactically planned uprising. However, like most surprise attacks, the coordination was in the surprise and not the follow-up. So while a lot of damage was done, like most of the lower city of Marishane is like burned and destroyed and will have to be rebuilt. For example, in Taelinin Fortress, a lot of the damage was contained to the actual fortress. So like it was a shocking, brutal attack, but not necessarily like a knockout blow that they were going for. So it's I guess the best sort of feeling would be like it was more of a Pearl Harbor than it was more of a Pearl Harbor style of attack versus like
you're muted.
Actually, catch an orient.
It was more of like a Pearl Harbor style of an attack versus like a prolonged assault to try to take over. It was
Pearl Harbor today.
Yeah. Shock and awe versus a actual start to a military campaign would be the best way to describe it. The energy within the city is very heightened. Like you can feel sort of the tension in the air. The streets are very empty, save for guards or like people who have to be working. So like, you know, like some food carts. Some food carts are open, like smaller shops here and there are open, but like there's none of the hustle and the bustle of the city that you would be very, very used to seeing, Finn. So it's very, very eerie for you.
Okay.
This sounds deeply upsetting.
How familiar would Theo be with this section of the universe of the Taelinin Fortress?
You know Taelinin Fortress mainly from maps. I would say you probably visited here.
No, I've been to the Taelinin Fortress. I just mean this section that we're in.
Right. So you. Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me answer that better. You know the fortress part very well. The actual town, never really spent a lot of time in. You maybe had like gone into the town when like you were much younger. but like most of your time was spent in the fortress proper. So you recognize a bird's eye view. Like you could like pick out landmarks, but like you don't know streets or anything like that.
Cool. All right.
And Felix has never been here.
I'm a northerner.
I'll bet Theo's mom had a similarly great minute when the dragons came about. I told you! I told you! I told you! And I told you!
She's become even more insufferable.
Yeah, exactly. She's worse than Theo.
Exactly.
Oh,
Well, because
God.
she's
That's gonna be when we meet her. It's gonna be like,
she's
oh, God, I
Theo.
thought
No,
Theo
she's
was
Theo
bad.
with power. Like, of
She's
course,
Theo
she's more insufferable.
With power and is slightly gives fewer shits about people.
Yeah. So,
What?
so Theo, but a sociopath and a general.
Yeah, Theo, but a slightly more sociopathic.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Anyway.
All right. So you, I guess the part of the city you find yourself in, you are in sort of the like, the college corridor of the city, like the this is like the university quarter or the university wing of the city. So it's a lot of like, there's a lot of row housing, a lot of like just sort of quick stop and eat places. There's a couple like bookshops and things like that. Really dominating the skyline a couple miles away from where you guys stepped out of your safe house is the Royal Engineering College that sort of dominates Taelinin Fortress. Not unlike, again, like there's the Royal Arcanum in Marishane, very much, and then there's the magical schools in Covenheim. Very much the difference of like old world versus new world. This one focuses entirely on engineering, architecture, building, like the actual rebuilding of the world. And kind of like their side thing is their tagline is the most knowledgeable place on Amoth for pre-World Breaker artifacts. So they pride themselves in being the foremost studier of things prior to the World Breaker.
God, they sound insufferable. I fucking hate engineers. How many
We are the worst. No.
Yeah.
in the course of us making a podcast?
Sorry, what'd you say?
How many career choices and majors can I insult? Just within one, like,
You've covered
podcast?
most of the sciences at this point, so you're gonna have to start getting into the arts, which just does feel mean because we're making a D&D podcast.
And it feels bad as a STEM person to be like, actually, the arts are terrible because
Yeah, it's like
everyone else gives them that. I will try to.
well, it's like it's a
refrain.
STEM, like it's like STEM major says the arts are useless. It's like, okay, and what genocide are you currently engineering?
Yeah.
It's like, why do the STEM people need to take the arts? Because if you don't, you kill everyone.
That's how you get roped into making biochemical weapons.
Exactly. That's how we get sarin gas. The dude who made it never saw a painting.
Oh.
Touch grass.
I mean,
Yes.
We
wasn't
get all
Hit-
engineers. Touch grass.
I mean, wasn't Hitler an artist?
Yeah, but he was
No,
also
exactly.
there was a lot of other issues going on in there. It's a actually like there are legitimately studies done about this when like you introduce arts into science classes versus not having arts in science class, and it's like, oh no, if you just teach STEM, you are breeding sociopaths. Because how we teach science is like so technical and so nothing matters. Morality is bullshit. All that matters is the experiment. It's like, okay, hold on.
Anyone who's taken a physics class knows this because men in physics, zero empathy.
Anyway, you guys can start making your way towards the college. Finian kind of like pointing out all of his like little favorite spots as you guys walk through the town. Most of it, again, as Finian said, most of it is thankfully undisturbed. If you went up to the fortress, I'm sure Theo would be just like, oh, they broke that. It's like, oh, they broke that. They broke that. Like Theo would probably have some like some sour memories.
I mean, Theo is a little bit on alert right now because now she's at least close to her neck of the woods. So Yeah.
All right. I will say
Your head on a swivel.
I will say
No, I
everybody please roll me a perception check as you guys start making your way through the city.
Ooh, we get to roll. I don't think we rolled at all the last one. At least I didn't.
I got a 10.
10.
I did no roll.
Finn's
Finn,
too,
you're
like,
Finn,
he's
Finn
just
you're really
happy.
Finn, you're really just like you like kind of like fall to your knees in front of this half orc barbecue place. And it just and you're just like, it's like, oh my god. Because there was a bunch of like closing sign, like the last time you were here, it's like they were like, it was like going out of business closing, but like it's still here. It's just like the greatest food in Taelinin Fortress.
And
This is
it's
fantasy.
like one of the only ones still standing.
Yeah, no, the entire block is destroyed, and like your favorite barbecue joint is still there. It's just like, yes.
This is so important. Is this soul food barbecue or is this Korean barbecue?
It is soul food barbecue. Orc barbecue, or orc style barbecue is your more traditional American style barbecue. Elven barbecue would be your more Korean style barbecue.
I'll fuck it up either way.
Yeah.
Right?
Give
Give me some of those freaking like I want one of those like dinosaur bone ribs like they got on fucking like from like Flintstones, like that giant rack that he just like puts on the edge of his car. I want one.
No, the second. There we go. Yeah, it's the name is Zudagog's Meat House. And that's Zudagog, Zudagog's Meat House. And as you like, as Finian, as you see this, you say, oh my god, you run in, and as soon as like, oh, Finian, my favorite customer. And you guys you guys hear this from like within. What were your guys' perception checks?
11.
Right.
11. Okay.
15.
15. Felix, you hear this like Finian, like things like you just like stick your head inside, and it's just like, and like you're just hit with like just the wafting wonderful smell of just like you walk into any barbecue joint, it's just smoke, meat, and just like that little bit of char in the air. Just like, oh yeah, we need we need
The keto queen is thriving.
And then
right now.
you hear Finn, and he's just like, Gorth, I missed you so much.
No, it's Zudagog.
No, his name's Gorth.
Yeah, he's not the owner.
Oh, okay.
He's
This is just Gorth.
That's all
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
saying.
Gorth is the chef. The
Yeah.
owner's name is Zidagoth.
So Gorth looks at you, he's like, oh, true good. I was like, how? I mean, I know you obviously left for college. What are you doing back here? Don't tell me you finally fell for that fucking load of shit about getting a master's degree or something like that. Come on, we talked about it.
Hey.
You go right to your PhD. Don't get your master's. It's not worth it.
Well, a lot of things happened. Look, how about I tell you over one of those, and he just like starts like drooling as he's talking. And he's just like one of those.
Say no more. And he like walks into the back and he's like, oh, you have a friend with you. Hello. My name is Gorth. Welcome to Zudagog's Meat House. Can I get you anything? How special, perhaps?
Yes.
Okay. And then Theo, for you, the only thing that you're really noticing with your perception check is that while the guards are not the insignia for the guards is not matching what you should expect. The crest of Taelinin Fortress is a mountain. It's a mountain with a embossed sort of T in the center of the mountain to signify it. These are guards from the Draconic Legion. Very specifically, these are the guards of your mother's army that she commands. They normally stay within Marishane and are bound to Marishane. The Draconic Legion is technically the guard of the Emperor. But it is only in times of great crisis they are deployed elsewhere. And so you can make the rough assumption your mother is in the vicinity. And I'll say with that, you duck into Zutagog's meat house.
He's like, do I have a piece of cloth to throw over my head?
Absolutely.
Not like the black hooves would give any.
Yeah, you have a cloak that you can like throw up, that sort of thing. It's like, and then Gor's like, oh, welcome to Zutagog's meat house. How can I? And like, it's like he's like looks at you. It's like
freeze frame, like
looks at you. It's like, what? Is she a friend of yours, Finian?
Finian's already like face.
Like, I've never seen this lady.
He's already got like his face in a pint, and he's just like, oh yeah, no, the
goat's with us.
Yeah, they're with me.
Unicorn.
Oh, is this stronger than?
We changed suppliers. We went, instead of doing dwarven ale this time. Actually, surprisingly enough, gnomish whiskey. Gnomish whiskey aged in ale barrels basically just turns into really strong ale. It's this weird chemical contraption that happens like in the fermentation process. I don't have actually time to explain it, but basically you get the kick of whiskey, but the like smoothness of ale. You should only have one if you have things to do later.
Holy crap. He's just like
I would smell it and die. Like,
yeah, well, it's like
the acidity of this and have alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, no, it does like smell industrial in its like scent, but like the actual flavor very mild, very, it's like a lot of cinnamon and vanilla almost. Like it's odd, but like you can tell, like you can just from the smell tell how strong it is.
Hannah can confirm that I was toasted off my ass from 2 meads at Red.
Yeah.
And just like those
Morgan
regular
got pretty toasty.
sized cans of mead, and I was shit-faced. In my defense, Hannah, your friend Ash is really pretty. I did the thing where the pretty ladies tell you to drink faster.
Ash was at the
yeah, no, she's
Ashland
working
Day.
Yeah, she's working the oubliette.
Yeah.
She's real pretty.
She is.
Ash
so
was there.
gay.
I didn't know that she was working it, and then we saw her from her. I was like, oh my god, I think that's Ash. So we got in line, and
Yeah, no,
Morgan got fed by Ash.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Ash is very pretty, and Morgan is very gay.
Confirmed.
And I follow her on I have seen what outfit she's been wearing to the oubliette. I understand completely. In terms of the food that is put down in front of you, Finian, you get it's a half rack of just like giant beef ribs. Like they'd be the size of a normal person's face, so they're about like 2 of your faces because you're a halfling. They're huge. Felix, the house special is a platter of there is brisket, burnt ends, pulled pork, and sausage available, along with a little bit of jalapeno cornbread, because everybody loves jalapeno cornbread.
Mm-hmm.
And Gorth looks at you, Theo. It's like,
anything I can get for you, ma'am?
Oh, sure, yes. Could I get a turkey leg? Just a big fat one.
Absolutely.
It's like, kind of like serves that up, gives you a turkey leg, and just kind of like meets like as he hands it to you, meets your eyes, and just kind of like taps the side of his nose and gives you a wink.
I mean, I guess it's not too hard. She does look pretty much exactly like her mom.
Noticing your reactions.
As Finn can tell you, we're used to a veil of silence in the meat house. Isn't that right, Finn?
Hey, what the fuck
Finn
does
can't
that mean?
talk. Finn can't talk right now because he literally has like just.
He's lost in the sauce.
Yeah,
he's
very
lost in the sauce.
Like, he probably didn't even hear that. All you hear coming from Finn is just.
He's in it.
He is completely lost in the sauce.
It was like when I came back from the military and had In-N-Out for the first time in like 4 years. I was just like, it sounded like I was having sex.
Yeah. I mean, listen, been there. I have absolutely been there with certain, like the first time I had Mongolian barbecue for the first time in like 6 years, it's just like, fuck. I will say, for the sake of brevity, all eat your food. It is delicious and wonderful. It is like any good barbecue place, just succulent, delicious meat. As you guys finish, he pours a couple of like glasses of water for all of you. It's like, Finn, what brings you back to your old stomping grounds? What's been going on?
Oh God, I have to talk about it. So, what? I'm here to see. Gonna go see Mr. Myers.
Oh, Professor Myers. He was just in here. He was just in here the other day. Was ranting and raving. Well, I suppose it wasn't ranting and raving, but ranting and raving about the dangers that face us. And then, lo and behold, 2 days later, dragon attack. Suppose we should have listened to him.
Wait, you're saying he knew?
Well, I mean, it's
what kind of warning?
He looks at you. He's like, Finn, it's boom boom. The first words out of his mouth was, I've conducted an experiment that will create an explosion of the force of 1,000 suns. And then he brings it out, and it's a new way to light a candle. Like, he's not all there. So, like...
Well, yeah, but, like, what was he saying? Like...
Let me think. First, he talked about the big explosion. Then tried to settle his tab again by offering to re-engineer the pressure cooker for the 10th time.
Look, you really should take him up on that. I mean,
when he did the first time, it exploded. I need the pressure cooker. Like, we can't make the meat if we don't have the pressure cooker. Like, it's the whole thing. It's the meat house, Finn. We've had this conversation.
But imagine when he gets it right. It's gonna just
4 pressure cookers later, Finn. It's like this man's gone through 4 instant pots, will not go through the 5th.
Okay, but what do you mean? Like, what was he saying about
hang on, let me think. He was talking about a darkness was rising, a cloud from the east that would blanket the world again. What was it? Is like there was one phrase he kept repeating over and over again. It was old minds lead to new war. It was something along those lines. He was half of the time he was speaking in Gnomish, and I couldn't understand. Sorry, I don't. Still working on that. Still working on my Gnomish, but I think it was like old minds, old thinking, old something leads to new war or conflict or whatever it might be. Like, it wasn't even talking about dragons. It was talking about old world or whatever it was. I think, Finn, did you ever, I know, like, it was a big secret hullabaloo sort of thing, but like that little secret project that you would occasionally mention when you drank a little too much, did you ever get that working? Because the biggest thing he was excited about was like, about a month or 2 ago, maybe 2 months ago, he came in here and was talking about, like, all he could talk about was Finn figured it out, something. So I would assume good things had to have happened.
Well, I mean, not to brag, but yeah, I did get it working. Just keep it on the down.
Finn, if you haven't looked around the street, I'm the only restaurant really standing here. No one really gives a fuck about whether or not it works or not at the moment.
I like make a handgun like with my hand and like make a pew pew and then like a questioning face of like, is this what we're talking about?
And he
Theo meanwhile does like a little dog. Question face. Which one is it? Is it the dog or the gun?
Gorth points at Felix, and then like looks at Theo and like just kind of cocks an eyebrow, and then leans over the bar and sees GB. They're just like, woof. He's like, oh, that's adorable.
That's new.
Oh, it's adorable.
Oh, it's traumatized.
Aww.
He grabs a little like sausage and like hands it to GB, and it's like, bark. And the tail is wagging.
We're working on his the realism. It's coming.
I mean, it looks like for a work in progress, pretty good. It's looking pretty good, Finn. Looking pretty good. But yeah, I'm sorry I can't be more helpful. Again, it's Professor Myers. Finn, I'm sorry. You're still the only person who takes him seriously, because it's been years at this point, and thus far he's broken 4 pressure cookers and has been right about 1 dragon attack.
Fine, I guess we'll just have to go talk to him.
He
is. That's what we were going to do anyway, but
he's got he's having office hours. I think he's changed up his office hours. They are today, but he's doing it in the lecture hall for some reason. I don't know why. I believe in his own words, his own office is too electromagnetically unstable.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes is a little bit. I don't know how he does it, but everywhere he goes, everything's just a little bit more unstable.
I mean, yes, but I mean, without him, because again, the week prior to all of this happening, he finally got all the cannons fixed. So without that, again, that the dragon attack would have been much, much worse.
Wait, he got the. I thought those. They're working?
Again, whatever it is you did or figured out, he was able to get everything else working again. Or at least working to where they'd fire more than 3 shots before needing to take 2 hours to reload again. So, whatever you figured out, it will at least help save us here.
But I didn't. Me figuring it. Okay, now. I'm confused.
Well, maybe you're the only other person who could ever understand Professor Myers. Maybe he can shed some light.
Well, we're gonna go talk to him anyway, so.
Well, if you can find a way to come back by before stopping out of town, please.
Oh no! I'm going. You look, just 4 more of those to go, and I'm going to be back. I will pick them up.
All right. He wraps them up and says, "I'll make sure to have a full rack waiting for whenever you return." And with that, you guys, food is on the house. He's just very happy to see his good friend Finn. You guys are able to make your way back into the city. I'll say for the sake of brevity, you make your way to the college. There's guards stationed there, but because you're kind of arriving in the middle of the day, you're just sort of wave through into the college. Finn, you lead your group of friends to your old lecture hall. It's in the East Wing, room 306. And as you arrive, you can hear the scratching of what sounds like chalk on a board, and you can hear the what you can tell to be Professor Myers sort of thinking out loud behind a closed door. Do you just open the door or do you knock?
Knowing the professor, I'm kind of not just burst into the room that he's doing.
You as you knock on the door, you hear 2 things. You hear you hear a little yelp, and then a little spark and explosion. It's oh, damn it! I almost had that. Yes, come in. And you open the door. All of you see standing there a very short, very squat, very old gnome. He has a beard almost down to the floor, very Merlin from the animated Sword in the Stone length of beard, if you remember that. He has spiked out white afro of hair, and you can see little sparks of electricity running through it. So it is just a constant thing. He is wearing very ratty, what at one time were incredibly nice robes. You can see the fine patterns and stitching in between the burn marks, the stains, the holes, this is an engineer's engineer sort of look. And he looks at all of you. Oh my good, Finian, come, my favorite student, you have returned to your dear professor in his hour of need. Oh my God. And he runs over and just embraces you in a gigantic hug. It's just
that's nice.
Finn, it's been a little while since you've hugged Professor Miles. You didn't ground yourself properly, so like you go to hug him, and just like little electric jolts. Just like, fuck, I forgot about that one. And then you and he looks at you and says, "Oh, Finn, where am I? Hello, everyone. My name is Professor Richard Myers. Almost everyone here calls me Boom Boom. I don't mind their little nicknames, mainly because I'm above the pettiness of people at this point in my career. You must be the lovely friends of dear Finian here. Oh, please. I am honored to make your acquaintance." And he like does like a very deep bow to like where his head is almost touching the floor. He's like, right. Who do I have the pleasure of meeting?
I'm Theo.
Hello, Theo. And he like holds his hand out and like shakes your hand very vigorously.
Felix.
Hello, Felix. Lovely to meet you, and does the exact same thing. It's like, so he then like kind of bounds back over the board, and he's just like absentmindedly like writing formulas and things like that. It's like, so what brings you back to your old stomping grounds here, Finian?
I'm gonna lean over to Theo really quick and just whisper, "Suddenly things make a lot of sense."
He makes so much sense now.
Actually, it's you.
The chalk stops for a moment. It's like, well, I was not expecting that, but I am here. I am ready to aid and assist however I might. What do you need from me, Finian?
This might seem a little... we need to talk to you about the voices in your head?
The chalk on the chalkboard like stops, and like you watch like the line, like he's like writing like an I, and it goes like stops there and like goes to the bottom of the board. Just like, so he kind of sets the chalk down. It's like, you've spoken to Marcellus.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose this was an eventuality I had to be ready for. He kind of like walks over to like his desk and sort of sits down and like motions to some chairs in front of you. How can I help you? What do you need to know?
Finn kind of like looks at Theo and is like, and I really don't know anything about this. Like,
So, Marcellus, he told us that you had dragon riders and a dragon up in your noggin.
In the most simplest of terms, yes. Spiritual coexistence is a very complicated and in-depth subject that I assume we don't probably have a huge amount of time to go over. But yes, I suppose for the simplest explanation, I have several spirits that coexist within me. Though they have been dormant for many, many years. I'm not certain that they would be of much use to you, but I can attempt to connect you if that's the case. I guess how am I supposed to be? How is this supposed to help?
Finian, how is this supposed to help?
I don't know. You guys, I was only bringing you guys here because I thought this. Didn't you need to know about the dragons? I don't know. Like, this is.
So, yeah, I guess.
We're looking to get
yes.
into the Worm Speaker Fortress. So if
right.
the dragon in your head has any ideas on that,
That's
that
right.
would probably be great.
Yeah, that bit.
Let me just carry the team, God.
Look, I forgot why we were here.
He's like his
we
favorite.
had to remind you of everything that happened in like the last session.
And then I still pulled that out of my ass, so you're welcome.
Yeah.
Finn got to his favorite barbecue place, and like all thoughts left his head. Just like, oh fuck yeah, we're supposed to be saving the world or something. Hang on, I've got the meat sweats.
Nasty.
Okay, it's like Professor Myers kind of well, no one's tried to go to Wormspear Fortress for many a years. Last time someone tried to go and like looks at you, Theo, it's like, well, that didn't go too well, did it?
Damn. It's not you or your mom.
Theo's never been to the Wormspear Fortress.
Yeah, but very poignantly, like, kind of looks Theo up and down. It's like, apologies, dear, we can't help who our parents are, but yes.
Tried.
Your mom sucks shit.
Oh, she did much more than try.
I thought you were gonna say she sucks more than shit. And I was like,
sucks a lot more than shit. Sucks eggs.
No, he looks, he's like, well, I suppose I could, well, I haven't done this in a while. And then, because, remind me again, Hannah, because you had the names handy. What were it was the three names of the people in their head?
It was Suma. Hold on, let me get the.
Yeah, because I just don't have my notes open. I know you do. It was Suma.
Session 31. Here we go. Nope. Session 32. Suma and Tirana.
Suma and Tirana.
Two married dragon riders. I didn't get a name about the dragon.
Okay. Let me find the dragon name real quick then. Deon Drag. Deondrag. Is like, so he looks at it, he's like, would you prefer to speak to the Drake Wardens, the worm speakers, or the dragon?
I'm assuming the dragon probably has. Actually, I have no idea. I don't know much about this.
Okay, so Hannah, so I was like, okay, so oh yeah, and then Hannah, because in case you didn't hear it, Deon Drag is the name of the dragon. Deondrag. And he looks at he looks at all of you. It's like, would you prefer to speak to the dragon or to the worm speakers?
Pretty sure like Theo's like pissing her pants right now. Just like, I get to talk to like.
Sorry, I'm.
Finn just defers to Theo on anything dragon related because he's like, you already know everything. I don't need to fill my brain up with this stuff.
I don't know where my notes on this episode suddenly went. They just suddenly disappeared. I thought I had session 34 open, but because this is session 34, I don't know where those notes went.
I'm sure they exist somewhere. Okay, so yeah, it's Deon Drag. And he looks at you as like kind of like noticing that Finn is deferring to Theo. He's like, Theo, what would you prefer?
Sorry, could you just repeat it for a second?
Yes, would you prefer to speak to the dragon riders or to the dragon itself? Well, I guess attempt. It's been a while since I've sort of summoned them up.
Shit, we have to. Fuck. To pick. Maybe the dragon?
All right. He sort of like
Unless it'd be easier to get the other two?
Same amount of effort regardless. And he sort of like shakes himself out, sort of stands there. It's like, any noises that you might hear coming from my person, my body, my bones, ignore it. I've done this, well, it's been a couple hundred years since it's been about a century or so since I've had to do this, but I'm sure it's just like riding a bike. And you watch as his entire body goes stiff. You hear every joint in his body pop, like you're popping your knuckles. His eyes roll back and you like hear this rushing of wind. And as his like head comes back down, his eyes like roll forward and are no longer. He had like sort of hazily eyes. You are now staring into a pair of draconic gold and green dragon eyes. And there's like,
you have called upon an ancient. Speak.
All right. Hello. My name is Theodosia Lacour. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves? Hello.
Felix.
You're the one talking to it. I think you
We should all talk to it. We should all be. This is your professor. That's right in there.
Pretty sure that's not the professor anymore.
I know, but that's his skin.
Can we stop arguing and can you just talk to the kind of ancient?
Fine.
Speak.
I am. We are contacting you.
About your car's extended warranty.
About your car's extended warranty. You are the one called Dion Drag, are you not?
I am the life giver, yes.
Life giver.
So this dragon fucks.
This like fucks. You are the one who was ridden by Suma and Tarana, or were they your riders?
Suma and Tarana exist as part of the three-headed mind. Diondrag, Suma, Tarana. One mind, three bodies.
Excellent. We wish to contact you regarding how to get into the Wormspeaker Fortress. We will be returning some items that belong there, and we wish to know how to get in, as it's been locked and difficult to enter for many, many, many years since the part of the Dragon Riders.
As a dragon, we do not need secrets or paths into our home. We merely fly. You must speak to the other heads.
and you watch as the eyes roll back, and then as they roll forward, one eye is a bright blue, and the other eye is like a sparkling amethyst purple.
Did Zach just get tired of doing that voice?
No, you're literally asking a dragon who can fly. Like, hey, dog, how do we get over the walls?
I thought he was
Fly,
connected to the
moron.
3 heads.
It's like
I thought he was connected, and I just would assume the dragons are the reason, like, that there's any way to get in besides fly
like,
anyway.
hey,
All I could think about was like sitting there waiting for him to be like,
Fly, dumbass. Touch nothing.
I'd love to, but people have passed fly and still not gotten.
It's like the eyes sort of glow when they're talking, so the purple eye speaks first. It's like, I am Suma. How might we assist you, young adventurers?
How do we get into the Wormspeaker Fortress?
Has the curse of betrayal been broken?
What?
The gold eye begins to glow. It's like, from what we were able to glean from our many years riding along inside Professor Meyer's brain and within his spirit is, at some point post the war, something has occurred that has caused the Wormspeaker's greatest defense to be activated. It is known as the Curse of Betrayal. It was only to be activated when it was clear the world had turned on both Dragon and Drake Rider alike. You said you had something. And he's looking at, like, the eye glows, and Theo, it's like, you said you had something to return.
God, we should ask them about the box.
I thought we weren't thinking about the box.
I think this is a good time to think about the box.
Okay. Yes, we have something to return to them. She kind of she takes the thingy off her back, the backpack box thing, and she very, like, she is stressed as fuck about opening this box. But she kind of like just puts the box to see if they just recognize the fucking box first.
You see both eyes glow as soon as the box is put in front of you. She's like, the box.
Yes, the box.
The purple eye glows. It's like, hold in your hand the keystone. Well, it's at least what we called it. Open it. Open it for us, please.
Insight?
Go ahead. Actually, no. I roll insight for you.
That's right. You are at roll insight.
What's your plus to insight?
My plus to insight is +1. I miss karma, man.
Okay. Their thoughts seem to be on something, but it is not. Their thoughts are definitely scattered and elsewhere, but it is not because of the box. They're telling you the truth. They're telling you the truth about the box. Tirana kind of pipes back up. It's like, the keystone was a sacred object. There were many, but it was how dragon eggs were transported to their eventual testing grounds to then have various people come up to them and see if they were chosen to be a dragon rider. He believes them all to be destroyed, and more importantly, I believe I know why the curse of betrayal was made. That is not important, though.
Is it?
You have in your possession the ability to break the curse. It is that box. That is your key into this fortress.
What? Where do we go? Is there a certain spot? Or will it just know?
When you arrive, if you can navigate past the outcroppings and find the secret dock, when you approach the gate, you will be welcomed or you will be destroyed.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Charming.
It is the... Unfortunately, once the curse of betrayal has been laid, it is... For this to be unleashed, something terrible must have happened. Something truly monstrous. And you can see like the eyes, like Professor Myers has been like entirely like kind of sort of like placid. Or like sort of like placid, like it's just the eyes, or it's just the eyes that have been changing. Like the brows start to furrow a little bit, like the teeth are clenched as he's speaking. It's like the
imagining the little gnome with the long ass beard doing this.
Something terrible is afoot in the world. We want them. We want them.
You want what? Was that the end of the sentence?
We warned.
Oh, we warned them.
Yes,
we warned them.
Want them. We want them.
But returning this box with the items that are inside the box, that could fix it?
You are attempting to fix an insult that you did not make and is not necessarily yours to fix. But unless it is fixed, the world is on a course with destruction.
Okay, so yes, we have to bring the books to the place. Okay. Cool. So that, all right, this is how we get in to the Wormspeaker Fortress. We go to the docks. The Wormspeaker Fortress's docks, and from there we should have information where either we are welcomed or destroyed, even if we have the box. If we have the box, will it just be fine, or is it still a 50-50 split?
You watch as Professor Myers blinks, and then you watch as the draconic eyes come back. It's like,
Dashkaram will decide your fate.
Oh, Boise.
Oh, fun.
Oh, Boise. I couldn't be this. Oh. The idea of meeting Dashkara makes Theo go kind of like, ooh. Like a little bit of like fangirl moment. Like,
mm-hmm. It's like,
our time here is done.
Oh.
Heed the warnings or face consequences. The old world screams its warning through eons.
And you watch as the eyes roll back, like if you could hear a reverse joint popping sound, that's what you hear is like Myers sort of like shrinks a little bit, and it's just like, oh, that's awful. I hate it when that happens. I hope that was helpful for you. Oh,
very helpful.
God.
Thank you, sir.
Certainly something. Fun.
Everybody please roll me a medicine check. Oh, but it's just the easiest way. It's just kind of
killed him. That's not too bad. Let's see what minus I have.
I got that 9.
Oh, sweet. I didn't do too bad. I rolled a 19.
nice.
22.
So with a 9 and a 2, it's just like, he is looking fucking rough.
I said 22.
Oh,
Yeah.
22. I only heard this. I'm sorry, your voice cut out. It was I only heard the 2. Okay, so Finn.
Damn, okay.
Finn, he's looking rough. Like you actually kind of like Finn, you like run over and kind of like prop him up a little bit, like hand on his chest, like so you kind of put, thank you, Finn. Thank you.
Are you gonna be okay?
In a moment, yes. Theo and Felix, it's like you're realizing it's like, oh, when he contacted, like, because you actually kind of like notice now that you've seen him shrunk down, like he actually sort of like, while the entire time this was happening, his entire body was like expanding. So like he effectively grew from the size of a gnome to about the size of like a dwarf in like the time, and then like shrunk back down. So like you can see, and like Theo,
his skin is looking fucky.
Theo, roll an Arcana check.
But not you, Felix. Fuck off.
I don't know dick about shit, my dude.
Neither do I. I have a +3 to Arcana. That's still pretty shit. It's only a 9.
Okay. With a 9, your mind is kind of like, that's never really happened with. It's never happened with who I thought was Bargash, but then it's like, you think it's like, did it happen? You're like now reconsidering every single thing you've like, every sort of like moment you've ever really experienced with your Echo, and like you're not totally sure what's going on. But Professor Myers looks at all of you. It's like, I suppose you'll be on your way then, off to the fortress, I suppose. Now that you have what you need.
Do you need us to call someone?
No.
Do you need anything?
No. I'm fine. Oh, just a little. Oh, just a little out of it.
Then if you're fine,
actually,
Finn. Wait. How did you fix the cannons?
Actually, that's what I was going to talk to you about, Finn. That's actually one of the most insane. After you sent me your letter about how you got your little contraption working, I realized it had a brain blast moment. I realized something. I understood.
Brain blast.
I had a moment. You had spent all of your time here working on the theories and the practicalities and everything that goes into making your project function. I realized since you reverse engineered from the cannons, the issue must also exist in there. So I just went back through and read every single thing you had written in the 4 years that you were here. And after doing that, cross-referencing, and then being able to dig through some of your more esoteric theories, like I understand that, you know, the idea of a cross-dimensional focusing crystal can do something interesting, but it's more often than not going to explode. And I understood like the thought process going in, and it was, again, if we had a little bit more after Miria to work with, we could maybe make it work. But by actually reversing the flow of where the energy travels through, that was all it needed. It was excellent. And with that, you're able to protect everyone from a terribly, well, not everyone, but we were able to be much more protected against that very, very, very rude draconic attack.
Very rude.
Incredibly rude. Why would you?
Dummy rude.
Exactly. But now that we're on the topic, Finn, if you would not mind, could I possibly see the contraption? I wanted to see if my thoughts were correct.
Finn's like, yeah, of course. And he just like does like a cool
does like a little spin
gun
flip.
trick. Yeah, like pulls it out, flicks it, and then like does it to where like it
you do like the reverse flip where like you're
like the
handing
reverse
it to him.
flip, so like the handle's pointed at him.
Yeah. Like your classic little Old West gunslinger sort of thing. It's like okay, we went, a rotating chamber. Excellent. And he kind of like pops it. Like he kind of like kind of pops it apart like you would like an old Civil War revolver. Like you can pull the barrel off and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Finian. That's genius. That's genius. You completely bypassed the need for Finian. This is what I had been missing. This is what I've been missing. He like reconstructs it, and sort of does the spin flip and hands the handle back to you. It's like, Finian, you will surpass me every way, shape, or form. I'm so proud of you.
Nah, just no.
It's like, so you know, he's like, he legitimate. It's like he puts his hand on your shoulder, and it's like, Finian, absolutely. Given time, effort, and energy, you will surpass me in every way possible. I can't have that happening. And you feel a flash of green. You feel a flash. You guys watch a flash of green light shoot from Myers' hand on his shoulder.
I knew it. You should have incited his ass. You should have incited his ass.
And I don't want to be inside. I don't want to be inside anyone's ass. No.
And then, Finian, you feel a cold, necrotic rush through your entire body as you feel your life force being ripped forcibly from you.
Mr. Myers?
And Theo smack him with her maul. Can she do anything?
Finger of death. Finger of death is
wait, what?
Instant. Actually, no, it's not finger of death. It's power word kill. Power word kill is Power word kill is an instantaneous sort of thing. And Finian, you like feel this cold seize you for a moment, and you look in his eyes, and you look in his eyes, and you watch as the gold and the purple eye roll back in. It's like, the old world must supplant the new. And he yanks the gun from your hand, and he looks at Finian, and he looks at Theo and Felix.
GB, do something. What the fuck?
Felix and Theo, you watch as he looks at you. It's like, by the way, that sound you're about to hear, boom, 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 boom on the door. That would be the gods. Have fun explaining. He snaps his fingers and
what the fuck?
Disappears. And that is where we will end our episode for today. Thank you all so much for joining us for another episode of Dances with Dice. Please follow us on all social media channels at Dances with Dice. And when you use the hashtag DWDcast and DWDart, we will use you as named NPCs in the show. Please join us every single Tuesday for new episodes of Dances with Dice.